In the last few episodes, you have seen our Bobby bus try to tell us what was wrong with her, and we just couldn't figure it out. Well, she finally blew up on us. Literally.
At least from here we can see. Hello! Burp, 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 burp.
Now, someone who was well trained as an artist and not at all trained as a mechanic has to put on a new hat, figuratively. We're here, and we were supposed to be here yesterday. Here's to hoping this artist turned mechanic can get us back on the road. We are saying goodbye to Montreal and our spirits are high.
It's amazing how many marijuana shops are around here, like everywhere. So many options. Too bad that we don't smoke. We could have refilled here.
We are hitting the road en route to Marathon, Ontario, the site of our next community mural project. We're super excited about this one. I mean, we're super excited about all of them, but this one is going to be in a small town on Lake Superior, and we're really looking forward to getting to know this community. So off we go. First stop is Ottawa, where we'll sleep the night and pick up a couple important things.
So we just arrived in Ottawa. We're gonna be spending the night at a Walmart. So we are about 15 minutes from our destination. Ottawa looks like a very nice city though. Sucks that we're not gonna be here for too long. We gotta start driving towards Marathon early tomorrow. Oh, it's really beautiful. We're just going over a bridge, crossing to what looks like downtown. Oh, very beautiful. Man, I wish we had at least a couple of days to explore the town. But it is what it is. We gotta keep on moving.
On our shopping list is primer for the mural, a paint spray gun, which is an investment that we feel it is high time we make, as José's murals just seem to be getting bigger and bigger. And finally, we're buying an ICP sensor for Bobby, because despite all the cleaning agents we ran through her injection system, she is still throwing that darn warn engine light and stalling. So replacing the ICP sensor is our next step in the quest of figuring this out.
All right, we have arrived.
Just got out of Home Depot and got all these paints and airless sprayer for our next mural project in Marathon, which it will be a very big one as well. They didn't have the 5-gallon buckets for primer, so I had to get the single-gallon buckets. But that's fine.
No time to lose. As you know, our ultimate goal this year is Alaska. It's already late May, so we've got to keep this schedule cinched in, rocking and rolling. We've managed to keep our dates for every stop so far, but just barely. Bobby's giving us a run for it. Now we're due in Marathon, Ontario in 2 days. We are just leaving Ottawa and José is pulled over. And I don't know why, because we're gassed up. And I have a bad feeling about this. I'm really getting tired of this bus and these issues. We have tried to be so good, be so preventative and everything. We're trying to do everything right, and it's just like we just can't get a break. So we're gonna go see what the heck it is now. What now, Bobby? What now?
The temperature is absolutely normal. Everything is normal. And the gauge is the pop that I heard maybe came from the transmission.
She's still driving, so we're gonna slowly limp her to the closest mechanic. He says he heard a pop when he was driving, and now it doesn't have as much power. At this point, it's been almost $20,000 that has gone into this bus since we got it into the engine and the tires. And that's not money that we have. We have been going into crazy debt and then somehow managing to get ourselves out, and then going into debt and then getting ourselves out. And it's just like, we've had really bad luck. We know people who drive, 5, 6, 7 years with their buses before having to deal with a repair. So far, Bobby's driving, but Jose says he can hear kind of a weird noise and like a weird air noise, and he says that it also feels a little underpowered.
I've been communicating with Cora over the radio. She stayed behind calling mechanic shops, and the one that we're heading towards has absolutely no one available to work on the bus. They're packed this week, and there's no other shops around. So my only option here is to stop somewhere and I change the sensor, which doesn't seem like to be complicated, and see maybe that fixes the problem. And if the problem persists, then we actually gonna need a mechanic. So I'm clueless to what the problem might be.
Well, it turns out that pop was this hose. It had a blowout and completely ruptured. So you know what this means. Jose the artist is about to become Jose the mechanic. Mechanic Jose Luis is removing this to take it over to the parts place nearby, where they might have it actually in stock. And if they don't, we gotta get it from Toronto, which is a day's drive. And from here we can see this was the bang.
Hello. Burp, 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 burp.
So basically we're stranded until we can replace this hose, whenever that will be. So while we're here, Jose will also try to replace that ICP sensor. Good thing we got that piece when we were in Ottawa.
Now, because of this piece of rubber, we're stranded. That's what was taking away my power yesterday. This right here is where the hose that broke goes into. Goes up. It goes there and then connects down there. That was really easy to remove. Easy job. And now I have to remove the ECM. It's right here. I need to remove it because the ICP sensor is right behind it, so I won't have access to it unless I remove this ECM.
You might be interested in just what the heck an ICP sensor is. We were too. ICP stands for Injection Control Pressure. This little dude monitors the pressure of the fuel going through the injectors on their way to the combustion chamber of the engine. You might not know this, but diesel engines use pressure to ignite fuel rather than a spark like gasoline engines do. So making sure that pressure in the injection system is where it should be is pretty darn important. So if this little guy goes, you're gonna start to have problems. It took a while, but he finally got access to the location of the sensor.
It was really easy to install. I basically got it all in. Now I'm just tightening it up. It's kind of hard to work here because the space is limited, but it's pretty easy. Now I just have to reconnect it, and I actually had to clean the connection because it seems like the old one was leaking a little bit of oil, so I have to clean that up before I reconnect it. And hopefully tomorrow when I install the hose, our problem with the worn engine line hopefully will be gone. Now it's time to put everything back together. So this piece right here is the part of the connector, and you can see all the oil around it. It's not supposed to have, the soil is supposed to be dry. So I need to clean it really well before I put it back in. All right, everything is connected there now. That's the new piece. and it's nicely connected in place. All right, the job is done. All that is left to do is this hose. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go and pick it up and install it.
Yep, you heard him right. They have the hose in Toronto, so we just have to wait for it to arrive here tomorrow.
We got our new hose. All we gotta do now is install it and get it back on the road. Should be an easy job.
We know you're curious, so we'll go ahead and tell you. Especially because we know this info can be super helpful for those debating whether they want to jump into the bus life.
All the way to the tippity top.
Does it look very tight at the top?
Mm-hmm.
See if we can handle one more. Yeah, that should be good enough. And one more turn. Not tight enough. Alright, I'm gonna go turn it on. Alright, this is the moment of truth. Let's see if I'm a good mechanic. The warning engine light didn't come on, and if it doesn't come on all day today on the drive, I'm confident the ICP sensor was the problem, and that the problem is now fixed. We'll see. All right, let's get back on the road. Leaving the truck stop. See how Bobby behaves this time, and hopefully I did everything correctly. The moment that I reach 45 miles per hour, I will know if the bus feels powerful. So far, the bus is running really smooth. It's not misfiring or surging like it was before. I can definitely feel the difference already. So that's a good sign. Back. Running normal and smooth. Awesome. We'll see in the next hour or so if anything changes.
Oh, this is just a nerve-wracking drive. This is a true trial by fire. We are now officially on the Trans-Canadian Highway, and our destination is a campsite here, right along Lake Superior. If we can get there, then we can get here to Marathon the day after. But we will already be 4 days late. But we're trying to stay positive. We've been driving for hours now, and we're starting to have hope.
Hi! Ready to pay rent?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Exactly those words.
So we've been driving for maybe 2 hours now, and Bobby is running strong and smooth. So I feel pretty confident that we fixed the problem, which is awesome. So we've been driving for almost 10 hours now. I believe we left around 9:30 a.m. and it's 9:04 p.m. So yeah, that's almost 10 hours. And the bus is running super smooth. The light hasn't come back on. So I assume there are problems. So I see sensor that was bad. We're about to get to our destination. There's a little parking by the beach on a lake. neighbors.
We are here just in time for the sunset, and you can imagine our reactions when we pulled into this spot and saw this amazing truck here. Meet Sabine and Misha traveling in their unbelievably cool German military truck called the Fat Tiger. Our visit has been short and sweet, but it's bright and early, and we're on our way to Marathon.
We just left the place where we spent the night last night. Now we have about 4 hours drive to Marathon. We are like 3 days behind, 4 days actually behind schedule because of the little hiccup we have with Bobby. But the drive here is so beautiful. I'm really enjoying this drive.
The Warren engine light hasn't come on once, and the bus is running at full power. Which, ladies and gentlemen, can only mean that José Luis Vílchez Mendoza did it. This drive really is spectacular. We're driving along the eastern edge of Lake Superior, and this has got to be one of the most stunning drives in all of Canada. Are you ready for some facts? Well, ready or not, here they come. Lake Superior is big, like really big. It contains 10% of the world's freshwater. By surface area, it is the world's largest freshwater lake. It covers 31,000 square miles and stretches to 1,333 feet deep. There is enough water in Lake Superior to cover all of North and South America in 1 foot of water. We're getting really close to Marathon now. But before we arrive there, we're making a stop to meet the leadership of the company that is sponsoring this whole community project. Well, we are driving Bobby up to the Hemlo Mine here in Marathon, Ontario. This is pretty great. We didn't actually have the opportunity to do this in Nevada, so it's cool to get to see it here.
Park somewhere here?
Barrick Gold is sponsoring this entire mural project for the community. We have just enough time to say hi, and then it's time to head into town and check out that wall. So we just met team at Hemlo, and now we're gonna go head to Marathon, which is the town. We're gonna go see the wall. We're gonna take a picture with Bobby and the wall, and then we're gonna go to where our home is gonna be for the next couple weeks or so. So onward to Marathon. Marathon is one of those towns that if you don't know about it, you could drive right by. And if you do drive right by, man, are you missing out.
Oh wow, look at this view. So beautiful. We're right next to Lake Superior. So cool. What a beautiful view.
We noticed that when we first enter town, you have these different shops and businesses on either side. And then there is this curve in the road. When you come up and around that curve, you see it for the first time. This is the Marathon Arena and Rec Center. It is a central part of the community, and as you can see, it's located right in the heart of town. But this is not where we'll be parking Bobby Bus during our time here in Marathon. Right on the edge of town is a park with a lake called Penn Lake, and there's a campground there. The town is being super awesome and letting us stay there during our time in the community. We don't know what to expect, but we know it'll probably be quite pretty.
Ooh, this spot where we're gonna be parked at is beautiful. Look at this.
we're gonna be right next to the lake, which is awesome. So this is gonna be home for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Look at this place. It's awesome. Cora already set up our little patio right here. So every morning we are going to wake up to this beautiful view.
Now that we're here and set up, there's a lot of work to be done. Jose has to design the mural so we can dive into painting with the community. And there's something else. Since late 2019, I have been in the process of producing Las Americas Volume 1, the first in a whole series of 5-track EPs I will produce throughout the Art with Area journey. The first track was Here We Listen, recorded and filmed in many settings across the USA and Mexico. The second was Wanderer, filmed in multiple sites across Baja, Mexico. The third was Chan Chan, also filmed in Baja in a stunning spot in Catavina. The fourth was I Am the River, recorded and filmed in the very place the song was written about, the land where I grew up in the driftless region of Wisconsin. The final track on Las Americas Volume 1 is the recording that I have been producing since the very first month of the project. It brings together 9 musicians from across the USA, musicians from vastly different musical genres. The aim of this collaborative recording is to demonstrate through music that diversity, in all its forms, is our greatest source of strength. When we combine musicians from diverse musical backgrounds into one recording together, we get something beautiful. This is just the first iteration. I may continue to add musicians to Romer as we go, releasing new versions along the way, each with its own unique flavor and style. But this iteration of Romer has been ready to go for a while now. I have just been waiting for the right setting to record the final piece of the song, the vocals. And I think I just found it. And so we are so excited to share that Romer, in its first form, is coming up next on Art with Ariat. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a like.
Subscribe to our channel.
Send us a comment below, and for exclusive content and a behind-the-scenes view of the Art with Ariat journey,
Join us on Patreon.
see you over on Patreon.